Well, playoff races are heating up. Section titles are up for grabs, and our unbeaten teams going head-to-head on the gridiron. Welcome into the Week 9 edition of Football Friday. I'm Bethany Miller.
And I'm Jacob Hall. Some of the biggest matchups in the Susquehanna Valley, and our crews were right there on the sideline.
Yeah, we were. In just a few minutes, we're going to take you to Lampeter-Strasburg as the Pioneers look to stay undefeated, hosting a one-loss Twin Valley team.
But first, Bethany, let's go to Reading. That's where we find two of our unbeatens, Conestoga Valley and Exeter. These two teams squaring off for sole possession of first place in Section 2 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. Conestoga Valley rolling the dice on fourth down in the first quarter. Sawyer Espenshade connects with Josiah Garcia over the middle. A 23-yard score, 7-0. Buckskins, the band, loving it there. The very next offensive possession, Espenshade calls his own number and runs it in for 6. A tough physical run. His second touchdown of the night. CV up 14-0 after the PAT. Exeter gets on the board early in the second quarter as Jaden Zandier punches it in 14-7. CV led 28-21 at the half and went on to win 28-27. The Buckskins came up with a big stop as Exeter attempted to go for 2 to win the game late in the fourth quarter. CV is 9-0 on the season.
We knew that game was going to live up to the hype. I'm jealous that you were there. Now to LL League Section 3, the undefeated Scouts on the road tonight facing a red-hot Cocalico squad who's won 5 in a row. Cocalico led 21-10 at the half, third quarter. That's Conrad Weiser with the ball down 21-17. Donovan Gingrich to Joseph DePrince on the screen, but Dane Bullinger is there for the stop. Scouts would punt. Same score in the fourth. Gingrich hits David Kepley in the end zone. PAT is good. It's 24-21. Conrad Weiser. Next drive, Cocalico with the ball on the Conrad Weiser 20-yard line. Coach Stroll trying to find the right play. 4th and 3, Josh Meyer hands the ball off to Dane Horning. He stopped, though. Look at that as they celebrate on. Conrad Weiser able to run out the clock to win 24-21. Scouts are the Section 3 champs.
Big time come from behind win for them. Staying in Section 3, a visit to Manheim Central now. The Barons snapped a 3-game losing streak in Week 8, hosting Garden Spot tonight. Tie game at 7, entering the third quarter, opening kickoff of the second half. That's Andrew Pemberton running down the sideline for a touchdown. Spartans take a 14-7 lead over the Barons. Manheim would then throw an interception just a few minutes later. Garden Spot's Gabe Martin would call his own number, punches it in there. Little wiggle as well, Bethany. Great run there. The Spartans take a 21-7 lead and roll from there. Garden Spot with a big road win. Spartans take down the Barons 28-9.
He was breaking some ankles down the field there. Well, to a big matchup at Lampeter-Strasburg. One-loss Twin Valley paying a visit to the undefeated Pioneers. Bring your dad to work day for the cheerleaders. Raiders with the ball marching downfield. Evan Myers sacked in the backfield by Jai Steberger from out of nowhere. Huge sack, quick 3 and out for Twin Valley. Pioneers take over from there. Who else? Caleb House calls his own number, weaves through the defense, and is in the end zone for the 26-yard score. I love that student section. LS up 7-0 after a Pioneers fumble. Raiders go on offense, but Myers picked on the very next play. That's Aiden Cunningham strips the ball. Pioneers take over. Just a couple plays later, I said, who else? Well, it's going to be House. Makes him pay again. This time, splits the defender, streaks down the sideline for 6, and Lampeter-Strasburg, a big win at home tonight. Look at this. They moved to 9-0, 62-14.
Wow, that's a statement win for LS. In Section 5, the Crusaders need a win tonight against Pequea Valley if they want to be in position for a first-place title. Lancaster Catholic held a 14-7 lead nearing halftime. The Braves trying to get on the board. They stuffed the run there. That sets up a first down. Pequea Valley would go attempt a long field goal, seconds left in the half. It's tipped, picked up by the Crusaders, who would get a big-time return there down the sideline. Lancaster Catholic goes on to win at home, setting up a big regular season finale, the final 26-13.
Well, let's wrap up the LL League with a non-conference battle tonight. Undefeated New Oxford on the road facing Warwick. 5.5 left in the first quarter. Handoff to Clayton Nieves for the touchdown. He just strolls on in. 2-point conversion good for an 8-0 lead. Later, 3 minutes left in the second. Give it to the hot hand. It's Nieves. Runs it in for the touchdown. And another 2-point conversion after that. We know why he won Play of the Week. New Oxford stays unbeaten. They move to 9-0 with a 30-7 win. Well, now moving to the York Adams League. The Colonials, the only unbeaten team left in the conference.
But it's another non-conference game that took center stage tonight. Central York facing Archbishop Hoban. The Knights come to Pennsylvania as the 4th-ranked team in the state of Ohio. Don't let their record fool you, though. Their only 2 losses came to the top team in the Buckeye State and then the 2nd-ranked team in Maryland, Archbishop Hoban, with a slew of Division I prospects.
Well, because of that, Penn State head coach James Franklin was in the house for this one, landed his helicopter on the soccer fields. Knights would lead 17-0 at halftime. Panthers' first drive stalls out, and the punt, well, it's going to be returned for a 50-yard touchdown. No stopping Tylen Boykin as Archbishop Hoban takes a 24-0 lead. Later, it's 41-0 Knights, but the Panthers defense does not give up. It's Tyler Fry who forces the fumble. He's going to recover it in the end zone, too, for a Central York touchdown. Now, that would be the only score for the Panthers. Archbishop Hoban wins 41-7.
Now to Dallastown, the one-loss Wildcats hosting Spring Grove tonight. First quarter, Wildcats with the ball. Cody Kistner hands it off to Christopher Cromartie. He'll run it in for the touchdown as Dallastown takes a 7-0 lead. He's all fired up. Still in the first quarter, same score. But the Rockets, they get on the board thanks to a pass by Davis Baum to Braden Smith. That ties up the game. However, that would be the only score of the night for Spring Grove. Wildcats, they hold on strong, and Dallastown wins a big in this one, 44-7.
I love their lights, though, too.
Fantastic. And as we wrap up the York Adams League tonight with the Warriors and Bulldogs, West York trying to snap a 2-game skid at home. 5 minutes left in the third. West York quarterback Jensen Ferber passes to Jamin Garnett, puts the Dogs ahead by a touchdown. Third quarter now, Susquehannocks. Joshua Pecunez runs it in for the touchdown. The Bulldogs back in the win column tonight. West York down Susquehannock 28-14.
The alma mater just couldn't get it done tonight. Poor Sesky. Well, so many great games already, but we still have more coming your way.
A check-in with the Mid-Penn Conference next on Football Friday. The action heating up. Don't go anywhere. A big thank you to the Bishop McDevitt cheerleaders for welcoming us back to Week 9 of Football Friday. We've taken to the Lancaster-Lebanon and York Adams leagues.
Now let's go to the Mid-Penn Conference for a couple of huge matchups. And I think that was the best cheerleader intro by far. Week 9, we've perfected it. Starting first in Harrisburg, battle of 2 one-loss teams. And it was the battle of the quarterbacks too. Damaj Jallo, Stone Saunders going head-to-head. Touchdown was called back on the previous play, but no worries. Crusaders running back Nazir Jones-Davis takes the handoff. 35 yards for that score. McDevitt takes a 20-point lead. Later, why not hit the air? It's going to be Stone Saunders here. Back to pass. Going to light it up. Hey, he's got the most passing touchdowns in the state for a reason.
That's a great catch, too, though.
Yeah, we can't give all credit to the quarterback. That was pretty great. John Ty Quick is the one who brought that one down. 26-yard tutty makes it 34-7. Now, CD East would finally answer just a little bit too late. Jallo to Santana Young, and McDevitt rolls tonight. The win over CD East, 41-21.
To Mechanicsburg now, our final unbeaten team of the night, the Wildcats, hosting the Trojans. First quarter, 4th and goal. Mechanicsburg's Eli Ryder finds Jackson Hinkle, who gets hit by a couple of defenders, but then laterals it back to Justin Bardo for the touchdown. 7-0 Mechanicsburg. Second quarter now, Ryder rolls out to his left and finds Drake Dawson for a 38-yard touchdown. The PAT was good. Mechanicsburg up 14-0. The Wildcats, they would keep it going on offense. Ryder finds Dom Baker this time. Looks like a screen pass over the middle. He takes it all the way to the house, gives him a little shake there, sidesteps a tackle, a 48-yard touchdown. Mechanicsburg 21-0 after that score. They go on to win 42-21. The Wildcats are 9-0.
Hey, don't take your foot off the gas. Now to a battle in Camp Hill. One-loss Susquehanna Township and Trinity going head-to-head in what was a great game. Trinity's Mason Boyer would find Maddox Jurinsky in the back of the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown. That's with 6.8 seconds left in the first half. So Trinity leads 13-7. In the third quarter, Trinity's Christian Joy would take a handoff around the edge, and he is gone. 25
he makes
yards.
plays every week.
Every single week, I have said Christian Joy's name. 2-point conversion, no good. Trinity leads 19-7. Susquehanna Township's Torrin Evans would thread the needle here. He finds South Carolina commit Lex Cyrus the 38-yard touchdown. Now PAT no good. Trinity leads 19-13. And Susquehanna Township, get this, comes from behind to win 40-34, Jacob, in double overtime.
What a game.
Woo!
Now to our final game of the night comes from West Shore Stadium. Palmyra and Redland each going for their second win of the season. Redland with the ball. Brady Saylor takes the handoff for the 5-yard touchdown. Runs over a couple of defenders too. Redland leads 7-0. Palmyra, though, making some things happen on defense. Hayden Levin comes up with the interception.
Woo!
A great play, jumps the route. However, the Cougars would end up turning the football over later on that same drive. Redland back with the ball in the red zone. Quinlan Shearer finds Saylor again for the 7-yard score. He's just making things happen all night. Redland leads 14-0 after that, and they win at home. The final over Palmyra, 21-7.
Now, before we even got to those games, we said it was the best week by far, and I think that only just pushed it over the goal line.
Definitely. All 3 leagues tonight. Great plays, great players. You know, playoffs coming up a few weeks, so definitely you can tell these players playing great right now.
And a lot of unbeatens heading into the regular season finale.